City, Gujarat, Eklavya University, GHRF, ARGA, and Edu Academic Inc. Now, let me introduce our esteemed expert for today. We are honored to welcome Dr. Rekha Narang, an eminent academician with over 23 years of teaching and leadership experience, currently serving as the Dean Student Welfare and Professor at the School of Management, Geeta University, Panipat. She holds a PhD in Statistics, an MBA in HR, MPhil, and an executive program in data analytics from IIM Rohtak. With over 41 publications, two patents, and significant research guidance, she is recognized for her expertise in business statistics, research methodology, and analytics. Recipient of grants from NCW and AICTE, she actively promotes women empowerment, mental health awareness, and research excellence through seminars, workshops, and professional collaborations. With this, I humbly invite ma'am to begin today's session and share her insights with us. Over to you, ma'am.
Thanks, Asmi, for a nice introduction. Always. Very good evening to everyone all present here. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening,
Good
ma'am.
evening, ma'am. Good evening.
It's my pleasure.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
It's my pleasure to be with all of you. From begin, I firstly would like to express my sincere thanks to the Research Foundation of India for organizing this workshop and make this possible. So let us start with the topic. Okay, let me share my screen. My screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you for confirming.
No, ma'am.
No? Okay, but you can see on the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my screen is in research paper writing and concepts.
Yes, ma'am,
Is
it's
it visible?
visible.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you for confirming. Just a minute. Okay. I think there is some, just a minute. I think there is some problem from my side. Just give me 1 sec. Please, once again, you can confirm my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You can see my screen, but I cannot see my screen on my side. So, again, I think. I think some technical glitches there. Okay, please once again confirm it's visible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Okay, now we can start. Okay, let us start with a quick question. Our topic is research paper writing and concept. My question is, how many of you have even writing a paper or tried to write a paper?
Ma'am, I tried.
Okay, Jigyasa. Any other person who has tried to write a paper? Sahil Sharma, you have
Yeah, I
tried.
have right.
Okay.
Yes,
It
ma'am.
means
I
many of
also tried the paper
okay.
to
It
write.
means many of you have tried for a paper or written a paper. So my next question is, in your view, what makes a paper, research paper good?
Ma'am, literature review and
Okay.
research methodology.
Okay, literature review and research methodology. Okay. Any other answer?
Ma'am, result of the paper?
Okay, result of the paper. Good.
Okay, as per me, a good research paper generally stands out because if it has a clear, original, and well supported evidence, which contributes meaningfully to the field in which it addresses.
Okay, you have talked about the evidence. Is it important that every research paper has a type of this research that you need evidence for the things, or you want to just talk about the literature review? Evidence means literature review or any other type of evidences.
Basically, it should be addressing to a problem which can be solvable. It should not be illusionary. Evidence meant that saying that it is practical, uh, oriented in the solution.
Okay. Practical oriented. You mean you want to say the practical oriented paper should be there?
Means whatever the concern is being addressed, generally what is a research paper, that there is a problem and it is being solved. The problem can be of any and anything kind.
Okay. It means someone has asked, give the answer literature review, someone give the research methodology, and you have called about the evidences or the practicality of the research problem and its implication in the future. Okay, all answers are very right, no issues, but some other things. If actually, okay, my next question is, I will explain this. My next question is, what is the difference between search and research?
Ma'am, search is something which we are looking for the first time. Research would be that somebody has already searched and we are again searching it with a different perspective, different motive.
Okay, it means search for the first time and research with a different motive, but already existing things are there.
Yes, ma'am, already existing body of knowledge.
Okay. Any other
As
answer
per
for this?
me, search is something when you look for a specific kind of information which already exists. Research is something which is a systematic kind of investigation wherein you don't know as of now and you are entering into much deeper to find something new.
Yes, Samir, you are absolutely right. And someone give an answer that research means again and again search. It is also a right answer, and some of the books it quotes that research means searching again and again. But actually, what is research? Research means, my slide is moving or not?
No.
Mhm. Oh, mm. Now,
No.
No,
now it's
ma'am.
moving. Okay. I think I again first stop sharing and then again sharing. Slide is not moving. Mhm. From anyone Research Foundation of India, it is possible that I'll WhatsApp to you and you will share my slide. Asmi? Asmi ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Asmi ma'am, सर मैं अगर आपको शेयर कर दूं, एक्चुअली मेरी स्लाइड मूव नहीं हो रही, आई डोंट नो कि व्हाट्स द प्रॉब्लम, कुछ टेक्निकल ग्लिच आ रहा है, अगर मैं आपको शेयर कर, आप शेयर कर देंगे? ओके 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 ओके, मैं ट्राई करती हूँ, मैं दोबारा से ज्वाइन करती हूँ फिर। ओके, हाँ ओके ओके। Yes, now it's visible or moving the slide.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you for confirming. I'm sorry for this interruption. Actually, this is a there was some technical glitch. Okay, now we'll start with a question that what is difference between search and research. So, difference between search and research. Research is actually a systematic process. It's a logical process. Search is not a logical process, but research is a systematic process. It involves some questions. For example, I want to purchase a new mobile, and if I search for the mobile, if I want to get the information for a mobile, then it is known as a search, because I'm finding some answers to the question, but it is not a systematic process. But if in my process there is a system is involved, it's a logical process, then we can say that this is a research. So main difference between search and research is a systematic process. Okay, so that means it is not a random, not impulsive. It involves ask the right questions, collecting data, analyzing the data, and then we can draw meaningful conclusion from our data. There are steps. First, we start with to ask the right question. There are some method for the collecting data. There are some methods for collecting data. We will just explain after this slide. Then we will analyze the data, and then we draw the conclusion. So there will be a systematic process. Then we can say that it is a research. Okay. Now what is research paper? Actually, what is exactly a research paper? You have done a systematic study, and if you a systematic study represent in a form of a written presentation, and you can say formal way of sharing what you discovered with this academic word, then it is known as a research paper. It means a research paper is a formal presentation of your study. We can communicate with the help of research paper, and it can be a foundation of some new discoveries. Now, my next question is type of research papers. How many type? Anyone know about the type of research papers? Because need of anyone will be different. Maybe my need is empirical paper. Someone want to just review the things. Someone will want to elaborate a case study of a person or case study of a product. So need can be different for everybody. So in broad sense, we can divide the research paper into 4 types. And my first type is empirical paper. Empirical paper means sometimes you have just seen the paper is your study is empirical study. Empirical study means when empirical study always based on the real based data. In this empirical study, you will collect the data, you will analyze the data, and you can report the results. Then we can take an example. The example is written here that, for example, if you want to know the impact of sleep quality on student academic productivity, for this, what will we do? First, we'll take the survey or questionnaire. We will take the survey because my studies depend on the students. So I have to take the responses from the students. Okay, I will collect the real data. After real data taking, we will analyze that data and give the results. So empirical paper always based on the real data. After collecting the real data, we'll analyze that data and then we'll report the results. After that, review papers are there. What do you understand by review papers? Review papers means I will not collect the real data, but I will analyze the all existing studies on the basis of this. For example, I have taken the same example, impact of sleep quality on student academic productivity. One thing we can do, I will collect the real data. And second thing, what can I do? I will analyze the all results the other author have given. Maybe other author have done the same study on the same topic. I will analyze all the studies and then will conclude anything. Then it is known as the review papers. Review papers, I will not create data, but yes, I will analyze the studies which are taken by the other authors. Again, we review example
when we write a case study, there is no necessity that if you are taking a company, you can write the positive and both the negatives. Why will a company approve the negatives to be publicized?
No, there are two things. Okay, in the case of if we want to do a case study, then we have a two things. One, we will take a permission from the company to disclose all the negative or positive point. And if company is not willing to do that, then we can do one another thing. We can do a disguise study. We can do all the things, all negative and positive point, but we just written the ABC company. Will not
Okay.
name the company, and we will call it as disguise studies.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Ma'am,
J.
how would you write a case study paper?
Okay. Case study means actually, if you want, I can share you my case study. I have case study on the my case study good. So chakki piecing means जो आटा company है, that is so if you want a case study on any company, company and maybe production and operation department, marketing department. My case study can be of any one of the direction. But it depends which direction I will take. It depends on the discussion or the conversation I will have with the students.
Fashion design or
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So now in this case also we can do this in the two ways. First, if you are inspired from a person which is very good interior designer, you can do the case study on that. It's just like a biography. Okay, you can case study on the hurdles they have in their life, or how they have achieved anything. You can do the case study on the person also, and also the companies. For example, you have in mind 2 to 3 companies that is very good in interior designing. Okay, now you want to do a case study on one company. First, you have to take the permission from that company, how they have achieved these goals, have achieved these milestones. Then you can name that company. If the company doesn't want to name their self, then you can just read about the person, read about the company. Secondary data will be collected, and then add the just a disguise study with the name ABC company. You can do that. The one company started from this year, this type, just for example, this just a 1 lakh just money, and now he has a turnover of 1,000 crores. How they achieve, how they have follow the path, you can do on that, on a person also, on a company also. It's a lifetime of person or lifetime of a company, you can say. But yes,
Okay, thanks.
but yes, in your case study, direction should be there. Case study should be directed. It is a HR case, it is a marketing case, it's a production case. Any field should be there. Or if you want, yeah, your case study will be read by another students, then there is a case study format, and at the end of the case study you have to given the teaching notes also. In teaching notes, you will give the questions to the students. This now you will tell how this happens from the case study. Okay. So case study should be will be based on person, or will be based on the company. But yes, direction should be mentioned in the case definitely.
And ma'am, what do you want to just describe about the teaching notes?
Yes, teaching notes means I have written the case. In my case, I have written all the thing, background of the company, and the how they achieved the goal. But maybe in your case study, there may be some hurdles you have described that. Okay, now you can in teaching notes means to say, you will give the question, how you will it is a question for the students only. How will you tackle the situation, if this situation in your company? just like these type of teaching notes.
Got it, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So, a need can be of empirical paper, review paper, conceptual papers, and case studies paper. I will just recommend, if you are a PhD scholar or just to start a PhD, you have to definitely write a SLR, systematic review of your topic. Just my, you can say it's my recommendation that you should start your PhD with a systematic literature review. It will great help to you if you are pursuing a PhD. Okay, there is a format of SLR. Go through, and definitely one paper should be on systematic literature review in your PhD journey. After that, you can start for the empirical papers. But first, you should do the review paper. First review paper should be there, then empirical paper should be there, and one conceptual paper, because if you have a concepts in your thesis or something, it will definitely great help to you in the future. Okay.
And ma'am, how to write a systematic review paper? I mean, how to start and how to go through it?
Okay, actually, there is a format of systematic literature review. First of all, you want to do a SLR, a minimum of 100 paper you should read. Okay, there is a method called Prisma, I think. Okay, in this, you have to study, for example, you have studied 300 papers on your topic, but definitely you are reading that papers to gain the knowledge. But it should not be always that all the papers concerned to your thesis topic. Maybe out of 300 papers, maybe 200 papers you have rejected, because maybe it is totally not PDF available, maybe it is not directly connected to the thesis. So out of 300 paper, for example, you have taken the 300 papers in the account, and then you have to reject or accept the paper, depends on your need. Some papers you will reject, maybe PDF is not opening. Some paper you can reject, maybe directly not connected to your topic. Some paper maybe not in the proper language. So you have to synchronize your paper based on some assumption. And after that, at the last, out of 300 paper, you have just 100 papers in your hand. And that 100 paper will be very valuable for you. You will you will analyze that paper and then do the recommendations. You
Okay,
will
ma'am.
start from a broad, like 300 papers, but at last, rejecting, accepting, at the last you will have only 75 to 100 papers only. But you have to give the reason why you have rejected 200 papers. System is there, why you have rejected the paper, why you have accepted the papers, and you have accepted the paper, then why you have accepted this paper. Okay,
Okay,
this
ma'am.
system should be there. Got my point?
Okay, ma'am. And which type of, out of these four types, which one is best for the Scopus journals and the international journals?
Okay, uh, international, some of journals focus on the review papers, some of journals are there which just focus only on the review papers. Okay, some paper, a Scopus paper, rely on the real data only. But real data, there is a condition on the real data. You have collected the real data, but if your data is not large, or just limited data from the limited area, like you have taken the data from a Delhi region, for example, and if you want your paper will be accepted in some good journal like Springer or Web of Science or Scopus paper, they will not accept your paper, because area is very limited. You have just taken the Delhi region. So for the Scopus paper, you have to keep it in mind that if you want that your paper is selected in the some index journal, the real data should be covered large area. One thing, this depends. Your paper is rejected or accepted. Yes,
Okay, ma'am.
conceptual paper is very good, because in the conceptual paper you have because in the conceptual paper you have already done the systematic literature review. On that existing study, you are proposing a different framework. Okay, and that framework will be analyzed on the basis of empirical data. So conceptual paper is, I think, in my view, conceptual paper is more likely to be accepted in index journals, because in the conceptual paper already already you have analyzed the existing reviews. And definitely, if you want to prove your concept, you want to prove your theoretical framework, you have to analyze the data, and that data should be a real data. So in the conceptual paper, all the papers are in the conceptual papers, so you should go for the conceptual paper.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Ma'am, ma'am,
Ji.
is there any Excel or any format of any Excel by which we can mention the SLR? Like what points to keep when we are writing SLR?
No, font is not an issue, because
No,
every
format,
journal
format.
has a, sorry.
Ma'am, format means, for example, if I have taken 100 research paper, which I have
Hmm?
filtered after
Okay.
studying 300 or 400. Now, how to
Okay.
summarize them? What should be the content? What should I explain? Like, what are the
Okay.
what are the heads?
Now,
Just the head.
go to your point. Now, the role of AI comes in. With the help of AI, you can do this very easily. There is a application called AI, CLAUD.ai. It's a very fantastic AI, and in few minutes you can summarize your 100 papers. You can use that,
Ma'am,
but
CLAUD.
yes, CLAUD.ai. And in 5 minutes you can summarize your 100 papers. But yes, don't properly rely on the AI. You should go through the papers, and you should analyze the paper yourself also. But yes, it can give the idea, definitely a great idea. Okay. Okay, can we go ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then now, flow of research paper writing. How the what is it's a systematic process, so there should be a flow. So first, research idea, then literature review should be there, hypothesis should be there, research methodology or design should be there, results should be there, then we can write the paper and formatting with the help of any tool, but according to the journal, discussion, conclusion, and then submission and peer review. We'll explain it one by one. Okay, so first, okay, we'll start from here now. Okay, first, the thing in the research paper is abstract. What is abstract? Anyone?
Summary of
Abstract
the
is
paper.
something wherein actually this is the part which you should be addressing at the last, because it gives you a synopsis of the entire paper. You start with the basic idea what you are writing about the paper, then how the data has been collected, the empirical results which have been arrived at, and the conclusion and the future aspects. So this is the synopsis, we can say.
Yeah, but it's a very short synopsis. Actually,
Yeah,
abstract
yeah,
is
very
often
short. But this
a
is
very
something which you should be addressing at the last, because you cannot prepare it at the first.
No, 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 no. Yes, you can prepare at the last, but it is the only thing. Sometimes people just only read the abstract because
Correct, but once you have completed
yes,
entire
yes,
process
because
of the research paper, then only you can draft an abstract. That's what I'm
definitely
saying.
because it must summarize your research.
Correct, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
what was done, how you have done, and what was the results. So in the actually abstract is the basic you can summarize of your study, in which you will summarize all the things what you have done, how you have done, and what are the results. Okay, and sometimes this is the only paragraph which researchers only read.
इन लोग को 8 किलोमीटर लोग बोले इसलिए
Can you
तेरे
please
आदत
mute your mic?
Chai?
Anyone?
Adi chai? Chai thi?
Can you please mute your mic? Okay, thank you so much. Yes. So abstract is one thing which summarize your results. Okay. Now, what is introduction? What is introduction?
Now, introduction about the topic or the area where we are researching, what kind of work has been done so far.
Hmm. What is a gap? Mainly, what is a gap existing in previous research, and what are your objectives? Because actually, introduction
Yes,
is a,
ma'am.
you can say it's a first impression of your paper. What is the problem? Why we have taken this? What are the gap from the existing studies? Or what are my objective? What will be my hypothesis in this? So this is all in the part of the introduction. Background, problem statement, research gap, objectives, and the significance of your research. So all should be in the introduction. Abstract, you can say just summarize your paper, what you have done, how you have done, and what was the results. And introduction summarize the background, what is the problem, what was the research gap, what were objective, hypothesis, and the significance of your research. Okay. So now literature review. We have just already discussed this, but yes, what is a literature review? Actually, you can say literature review is the foundation of the paper, because what we have to do or what is a new in my paper, it will depend only on the literature review. Because with on the behalf of literature review, you know what has already been done or what is a research gap, what I can do now for the future. So I just discussed that systematic literature review, comprehensive literature review. There is some format. Prisma is a format of systematic literature review. You can do a simple literature review, but my recommendation is that you should one systematic literature review for every PhD definitely. Then methodology. It's a very important point now. Now we have in the flow of research paper, we have just know about the research paper idea. On the basis of that, I have written my introduction. What I will do from my to my research paper, I have just know about that from the literature review. Now, what I have to do now, methodology means I have for example, I have collected the data. Methodology means first I come to the research design. What is research design? Research design is a blueprint of my paper. Blueprint, how blueprint? Because in the research design I have to mention that what is my target population, which software I will use, how I will collect the data, primary data I will take, secondary data I will take the quantitative study, or I will go for the qualitative interview. I will definitely mention all these things in the research design column. Okay, which tool you will use, what is your target audience, what type of data you will collect, what type of sampling frame will be there. All these things should be come in the research design. We will not do anything in the research design, but research design is a blueprint of, it's a planning part of your research paper. It's a blueprint of your research paper. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, while doing the review paper, we don't need to do the data collection and all, right?
No, no need.
So we have no need to do the research design over here. And
No.
same with the
No,
sample and participants.
no need.
So what we will cover in methodology for
There
review
is no
paper.
column of methodology in the review paper. Yes, methodology means to say, I have just tell you that there is a methodology prisma, PRISMA. Prisma means this is a math, this is itself a method. How do you review the paper? This is a method. This is a methodology. That you will first take the 300 papers, on which basis you will reject the papers, on which basis you will accept the paper. This is the methodology for the review paper. Always, research design is not always the methodology in review paper. It is for the empirical papers. Put my point? For empirical
Yes,
papers,
ma'am.
I will do this, but for the review paper, the methodology will be different. Okay, like I told you, the prisma.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Oh, okay,
but for
ma'am.
the empirical paper, I have to do all these things. In the research design, I will mention that just I talk what is my target audience, how will I will collect the data, primary data or secondary data, what tool SPSS I will use or R I will use, I will take the qualitative interview or not, which method I will use, which sampling method I will use. I have to mention all the things in the research design column of research methodology. It's a blueprint or it's a planning phase. Okay. Then sample and participants, data collection tool, analysis technique, all these comes in the research design. But in sample and participants, we have to describe the sample size also, like selection criteria. These are all under the methodology. Okay, selection criteria, what demographic you will take, what sampling technique you will take, questionnaire method you will use, interview method you will use, observation method you will use, survey method you will use, what type of software you will use, SPSS, R, Python, and Vivo, any tool you will use, you will have to mention in the methodology part.
So, ma'am, these are all the sections forming part of methodology, right?
Yes, yes, right.
So, someone just now
Methodology
asked about
methodology
someone,
is a main heading, and under the methodology we will describe all these things.
correct. So, someone just now asked about a review paper.
Okay.
So it will still be having these kind of things, na? Because
No,
how
no,
you
no,
have
no.
searched for the papers, how you selected, how you have analyzed it. So that
No.
will be forming part of methodology, na?
Yes, a part of methodology part will be there, but you have not write about the sample and participants there. You have no
Yeah, so
need to mention that.
data collection will not be there because you are not generating
Yes,
new data.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yes, yes. Clear? Can we go ahead?
Yes.
Okay. Then after the this section, methodology section, the results and discussion part will be there. Okay, and what will be done in the result and discussion part? Anyone?
Result and discussion would be, results would be how you have analyzed the data being collected and what the conclusions you have arrived at. And
No.
discussions
Data
questions would be
collection.
you are giving it some future trend.
Yes, data collection. No need to mention in the data collection about the data collection in the result section. In the result section, we will just show my findings, maybe in the form of tables or charts or graphs or any tools results, depends on your research. Okay, any results you have from maybe SPS. If you have used the SPSS, then maybe tables of different tests are there, ANOVA, T, and chi-square test. Then you have to mention that tables in the result section. If your research is in just a descriptive results, just mean, median, mode, or type of charts and graphs are there, then only mention that, because there are two types of, you can say, two types of analysis will be there: descriptive analysis and the inferential analysis. If you have done the inferential as well as descriptive, then you have to mention both the results of descriptive as well as of inferential statistics in the form of chart, graphs, and tables, whatever results you have found. Okay.
And
Yes.
मैम रिव्यू पेपर में रिजल्ट्स किस तरीके से हम डिस्क्राइब करेंगे?
उसमें हम लोग क्या करते हैं, जैसे कि लाइक आई हैव जस्ट वी हैव स्टार्ट फ्रॉम अ ब्रॉड सेंस लाइक 300 पेपर्स, बट at the end we have only 75 or 80 papers. Whatever the reason, we have defined, we have rejected or accepted the paper, we have scrutinized the paper, we have already mentioned in the Prisma method. Now in the conclusion section, we have to summarize that results, and you can give the future scope in the conclusion or discussion. Actually, what is a method of literature review? If you have 75 papers at the end, for example, okay, you should what you should do, you will grouping the paper which have a similar type. Okay, you have to mention the similarity in the paper. You have to also mention the contradictions in the paper. Review means you have to review the papers. You have to mention, you should mention even what are the similarities, what are the contradictions, and what is the future scope on the basis of that papers. Okay, this can be your discussion part in the review papers. Right?
And ma'am, result
is a important point in the empirical paper. In the review paper, when you analyze the paper and give the future scope, existing gap, and contradiction of the existing study, that is the result only.
So this result and discussion both are the same for the review paper, right?
For the review
They're
paper,
like finding the
in the results, you can give the contradictions or similarities in the paper. Okay. In the discussion, you can give the scope of the paper. Discussion
and we will not cover the methodology, right, ma'am?
No, there is no use of just these type of methodology like I have explained here. For this, I have just talking about it. Prisma, there is a different method. How you will 300 to 200 papers, there is a method to synchronize the paper. That is the methodology of that research paper, review paper.
Ma'am, what is the full form of Prisma?
Prisma, I have to just check, because always I have used a Prisma word, but yes, I can check. Anybody, you can check Prisma. Prisma, but I have to check the full form.
Prisma is hello.
Yes, yes.
Prisma is basically a flow diagram wherein you find the shows the process of study selection, that identification, screening, eligibility.
That's why I am saying that from the we have started from the 300 or something papers and just come to end. I have only 75 papers. So actually, Prisma means a preferred reporting items for systematic reviews and meta-analysis. Preferred reporting items for systematic reviews and meta-analysis.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Can you move on?
Can I just drop in insight, because I guess Rasika is asking many more questions on the review papers. Though if at all it seems very easy to draft a review paper, let me tell you it is not, because you are just summarizing what is known. Identifying the gaps of the known papers is very crucial in this, because you have to provide insights, trends, and implications, and you have to guide for the future research also. So
Definitely.
review paper is not at all easy, though it seems that it does not have a data collection part,
Yes,
but
yes.
identifying gaps and insights is very tough in that.
Actually, SLR is very tough task.
Yes, absolutely. Agree.
SLR, that's why I have just saying that. And your PhD journey, give one paper on SLR.
Actually, ma'am, I have just started my PhD. I just enrolled, so I just planning to write a review paper.
Not just a review paper. Again, I am saying not a review paper. It has no importance.
Systematic.
You should work on the systematic literature review so that it can be indexed in some good journal.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Okay. Sure. Now, okay. Results, discussion, conclusion, and implication. Actually, these are sometimes in the thesis we can combine these things. But yes, in my point, result and discussion should be the different part, and conclusion and implication should be the different part. In the result and discussion, you will just summarize your results, what you have found in the by using software or any statistical significances tables will be there. In the discussion, you can justify, you can describe how you have filled the gap, because we have start my journey by identifying the gap. Why are writing this research paper? My research paper is just based on that, what is the gap from the previous study, and I want to bridge that gap. Okay, in the discussion part, in the final present, you should mention that this was the gap, and my results, my study have filled this gap. But yes, there may be limitations also in my study, which is useful for the future implications. No one is perfect. I have filled the gap from the previous studies. I have bridged that gap. But in my study, also there maybe some critiques will be there, and the future person can identify the gap from my study and then again fill the gap. So always identify, always mention the limitation also in your thesis on your research paper, that these are the limitation, so that future scope can be more clear to the second person. Got my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, now the last part is references. Reference. Okay, one more thing, is question in my mind: what a difference between references and bibliography? References in bibliography.
बिब्लियोग्राफी बुक्स वगैरह की रेफरेंस दिया जाता है, जबकि जो रेफरेंस होता है उसके अंदर जर्नल पेपर्स एंड कोई भी साइट्स वगैरह होती है तो उसका रेफरेंस दिया जाता है.
As per me, reference is something list only the sources that are actually cited or referred to in the research paper, and bibliography is something which lists all the sources you consulted, whether you cited them in the text or not.
Very right. This is a true difference between references and bibliography. Actually, in the references, when you, for example, you have submitted a paper to some journal, okay? There is a peer, always now every journal is a peer review journal. The first thing they will check, what you have mentioned in the literature review or in your peer research paper, you have cited that paper and the references or not. Okay, this is a main thing. You have always be careful about that. every paper you have cited in the literature review or any other column in the paper, that should be mentioned in the references also. If there is only one paper that you have left, that you have cited in the literature review but not mentioned the references, the paper will got rejected. So be careful about this. Every cited paper should be cited in the references also. Okay. And actually you have seen sometimes that in the research paper there are references, but in the PhD there is a bibliography. Why? What is the
Because
reason behind it?
generally PhD theses go very long, and you tend to go through much deeper things. So bibliography basically is that you, whether you have cited it or not cited it, then also you have to mention it.
You can mention in the bibliography, but
I
in the
yeah.
references, yes, yes.
I just have a question over here, that should
Yeah.
we mention in the bibliography references that the page number of the thesis where we have quoted that?
Actually, there are some formats, you can
Yeah,
say.
that APA, Chicago and all, that is predefined.
APS, Harvard, or this, you should go according to that format only.
Achha, so we should not mention in which page of your thesis it has been quoted. That is not required.
Yes, if format non demands, that no need of that.
Okay.
Depends on the format only, and go with the format there. Now there is a references, if you want to do the references, now there is a very good software, Mendeley software. Have you heard about that?
Yes, Mendeley, Zotero is there. And
There is a
Zotero has also paired up with Skyspace, which is also very good.
which is very good, very good references management. So for the reference management, you can go for the Mendeley or Tarot.
Otherwise, the best option is you go to the Google Scholar and cite it and copy paste it.
The very best option, you should write your research paper in the latex.
Sorry?
Latex.
Acha, okay.
LATEX, latex.
Okay.
Yes, you have to learn that tool, but hardly if you are a scholar, you should learn that tool, because if you write your research paper in the latex, no need of any formatting, no need of reference management, no need of any spacing, and no need of any type of formatting. It's a very fantastic tool, LATEX, latex.
Okay.
Will there be any workshop or FDP on understanding latex by RFI, so that we
Yes,
can?
definitely do that, no issues. Because if you one time you will definitely leave the Microsoft Word, working on the Microsoft Word, if you once work on the latex.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Ma'am, I want to answer one question which you
Yes.
raised. Maybe I am right, incorrect, might not be right. Ma'am, you asked about bibliography and referencing, that why we write bibliography in our thesis and why we write in paper the references. So my answer, already my colleague has answered that, but my answer to that is that when we write thesis, it has to be exhaustive. So whatever we take from all the research paper, whether we have mentioned in our thesis or not, should get mentioned in our PhD thesis. That's the reason we write bibliography. And in references in research paper, because it is having a limited scope, I think it has to be having references. So just correct me if I'm wrong.
Actually, I'm not totally getting your point, but yes, I can explain the difference definitely. In the references, because research paper is a limited study. Okay. In the if I want to write a research paper, definitely I will cite, for example, 25 to 30 papers I have read and cite that paper in my research paper. in any of the column, maybe in the literature review, maybe in the introduction section, maybe any other column. So if I have gained some insights from that paper, I should cite that paper and give them, and I have to mention that paper in the references also. Okay, any publisher, any peer review paper, it is checked that every cited paper is available in the references or not. Okay, now come to the point of thesis. Research paper is my limited paper. From any thesis, from for example, in a thesis, from any one thesis, I can take 4 to 5 paper from a thesis. Okay, so research paper is a very limited study, but on the large scale we can say it's a thesis. So now, to thesis purpose, to have a thesis purpose, we can't stop with a review of 30 papers only and gaining insights from the 30 papers only. For that thesis purpose, I have to read hundreds of papers, articles, books, journals, many things. I have to go through all these things. So in the bibliography, I should mention all the things from I have taken the insights, whether I cited that paper or not paper, because 25 to 30 papers connected to my topic, directly connected to my topic, but maybe hundreds of paper are not directly connected to my paper, but yes, I have taken insights from that paper, so I should mention that paper in the bibliography. Just nomenclature is changed. In the references, all the cited paper will be there, but in the bibliography, I can add cited paper as well as other sources like books, like journals, like articles, newspaper articles. I can mention all the things there.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, any other question? Any other question?
No, thank you. I just wanted to say one thing. I have
Yeah.
attended 2-3 seminars of RFI, but till now this one is being the most exhaustive and much detailed. So I am very happy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Actually, I am very happy. So engaging, very engaging audience is with me. So it's my fortunate that I can share something to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any other question regarding this?
Ma'am, can we get your number in case we want to discuss?
Definitely, no issues. No issues. I will share, definitely. I will share my email also and contact number also. No issue.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. We'll meet tomorrow. Definitely. I'll share my email ID and contact number. No issues.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, tomorrow at 6 o'clock it will start or 6:30?
6:30. 6:30.
6:30? Okay.
Yeah, 6:30. The same time.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Very insightful session. It was really very nice session.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Asmi, can we stop here?
Yes, ma'am. Please allow me to thank you then.
Thank you so much, everyone. We'll meet you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, ma'am, on the behalf of entire RFI team. I would also like to thank all the participants. Let us all meet again tomorrow.
Yes,
Thank you so much,
definitely.
ma'am.
Thanks to all the participants to make this session engaging. Thank you.